Let's go, YouTube! What's good, YouTube? It's That Fantasy Network, and I'm your host, That Fantasy Guy. And today we here to do a fantasy outlook, a rookie profile on Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce been getting a lot of hype ever since looking good in preseason. I had this running back as my running back for pre-draft. I was happy to see that he went to a situation with no real competition. I was not happy of the draft capital he got, but I prefer all my running backs to at least get third round draft capital. Now, he was drafted at the very beginning of the fourth round, second spot. It's always good to have running backs, especially in Dynasty that has draft capital. The team is less likely to replace them. That doesn't mean they won't try, because you can look at the Commanders to see how that situation is going. You got to get you a running back that not only gets the draft capital, but is effective at his position. So let's talk about Dameon Pierce. He came out of Florida where dude was barely getting any work. He was efficient when he did get his touches, but dude was barely getting any work. So, I mean, he surprised a lot of people when he was invited to the Senior Bowl where he got to stand out. When I looked at his tape, I did like his tape some. But what's really surprising is that even though this guy, like I said, barely played at Florida, PFF rated him the best running back last year. That's crazy. This the only thing that makes you question some of PFF tactics. I understand. That's the only thing make you question. You be like, that man barely played, but he made so much of most of his opportunities. Maybe that's what they looked at. I don't know. That's for you guys to judge. But got an opportunity to stand out in the Senior Bowl. Didn't stand out when it came to his combine at all. I think if he would have killed the combine, he probably would have got the draft capital I like within the first 3 rounds. But I think going to the combine, and he measured in 5'10", 218, only ran a 4.59. 3-cone was trashed. Did a 7.53. Didn't show up when it comes to athleticism. But Pierce was a 4-star recruit. What I seen on film, that he was strong, can be slippery, good at changing direction on a drop of the dime. And surprisingly, he was on Bruce Felton's freak list. Now that's a scout that makes some a freak list of a lot of athletes that are just athletically gifted. But this guy did not show it on his combine. So when he was drafted to the Texans, he went to a situation where it was just really expected for him to beat out the people in the backfield. There's a lot of Marlon Mack truthers that that been drafting him, but I haven't drafted him one place. And I don't understand how the Texans keep giving Burkhead a job. How is that man still in the league? How old is he? But let's talk about his current value. And I think in Dynasty, at this point, you're not getting Dameon Pierce for less than a first. So whatever's going to have to equal up to a first, whether it's in players or a combination of picks and players, it's going to have to equal to a first, because I think you will be losing out if you sell him for a second. And I don't think anyone would sell him for a second. He went, high second round. I don't think he's officially been named the starter, but they treat him like a starter. So, I mean, as soon as you become starting running back, if he does well, they're not going to have a reason to go back to the well and draft another running back, with higher draft pedigree than him. It shouldn't. With that, locks up his value probably for the next 2 years, since he's not just a third down back. He's not a scat back, you know. A lot of people was disappointed what they did with Michael Carter, because a lot of people was on Michael Carter, but he was kind of small. And then with his small frame came injuries, so he didn't have no high draft capital, and bang, they drafted another running back. And, you know, if Pierce does well, manages to stay healthy, I don't think that would happen. Right now in redraft fantasy pros have him going at an average ADP of in the 10th round. And I can't see that staying there. If people is going to feel like he is the starter, that's going to shoot up. Because Dobbins is going in the 5th round. And the real question, who you feel more comfortable with, Dameon Pierce or Dobbins? You know, Dobbins coming off an injury. No, I think it's what and what. So Dameon Pierce should easily get up to the 5th round. You know, it's going to be a big bump. So for all them people that already did a lot of drafts, best ball drafts or whatever, and y'all got Dameon Pierce late, hey, good job. Good job. But at the end of the day, I think Dameon Pierce is a good running back. Like I said, I remember him on film changing directions at the drop of a dime. It was crazy. That's why I can't believe he didn't get a good 3 cones. Like, it just let you know, you never know. So Dameon Pierce will be loved by everyone who's doing 0 RB, that's pushing, that's not drafting RBs until the 5th round. You know, everyone will be on him. And I honestly think that might be the build this year, especially in the PPR league. Bet on the younger running backs, bet on the that's lower down in ADP. Why not? But you know, I ain't trying to keep y'all long. Peace.